Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Today is going to be episode 5 of this Milwaukee Brewers franchise. Last episode we signed closing pitcher Kirby Yates. He was formerly on the Padres, had a great 2019 and a decent 2020. Hopefully you can just add to our bullpen along with Josh Hader, hopefully teach him some things, and just those two hand in hand are going to be great because one's a righty and one's a lefty, and they're both at the same caliber right now. Our best players going into the year are going to be Christian Yelich, Brandon Woodruff, Garcia, Josh Hader, Kirby Yates, and Lorenzo Cain, who had an insane year last year. He was at the age of 33 at the time. Went from an 81 to an 85, and his potential is going up, so he's only progressing with age, it looks like. His power went up 11 against lefties and 7 against righties, so that's just insane that someone who's his age can do that. Freddie Peralta, he was also 74 to start this series. Now he's at 85, so that's great. We traded for Bodie when he was 80. Now he's in 84, so I think we can do something good. We left off trying to sign Edwin Encarnacion, so I'm going to need to release some players and so I'm able to sign them. So the first person I'm going to release is Quinton Torres Costa. Deep potential, 54 overall. It's going up. I just don't think he'll have a spot in our bullpen, especially with how strong it's been getting lately. I'm only going to be cutting deep potentials. So Luke Barker, he's 28, so he only has 2 good years left, and he's a deep potential and double-A, so there's no way he's going to be getting called up to the MLB. I'm going to release him. Thomas Jenkins, I'm going to keep just because he still has somewhere to go. Ray Black, I'm going to cut. He's already 30, 58 potential, or 58 overall with deep potential, so I'm going to cut him. And I think that should be enough for us to free up some roster spaces. Tender contracts, only 4 guys have not accepted, but we do need them to accept, and we only offered 3 of those. So we're going to try to sign Edwin Encarnacion. 1-year deal, $3 million. And I believe he's a 78. So he'll be starting over Justin Smoke, or they will be playing in platoon, because he can get it. Justin Smoke can hit against righties, and I believe Edwin Encarnacion is great against lefties. So those guys will be platooning together, as he hits against both pretty well. But I'm going to have him in left-handed lineups. So hopefully we can sign him, because we're not looking for a big free agency. We're looking for guys that could help our team out, and it looks like we have not signed them yet. So go to free agency, tender contracts. Some of those guys haven't accepted. Hopefully they can soon. Liam Hendricks signs with the Rockies. And Brandon Lowe, that's a big trade because he's only 26 years old and 85 overall. But they had to give up an 87 starting pitcher and an Anderson Tejada, who probably has a potential. Anthony Rizzo goes across town. He was with the Chicago Cubs. Now he's with the Chicago White Sox. Alright, so I'm going to set the 40-man roster. Tender contracts. Everyone has a contract. I'm not worried about losing any of those guys. And let's see if we got Edwin. We did. So he's a 76, so he's ecstatic right now. Even though he's on the bench, he likes his contract and he likes our record. So I'm going to play him against lefties. Is he happy? He is, so he likes playing platoon. So Edwin's going to be our player for our first baseman against lefties. Smoke is against righties for us. So we have 2 power hitting first basemen. Let's just look at Edwin's stats. They gave him number 23. So yeah, power's there. It's decreasing because he's 38. So I say he either retires after this year or retires the next year. So doesn't have much left in the tank, but hopefully he can still produce this year, as he hit 33 homers last year, so that could really help us and improve our record. Free agency, let's just look one more time, see if we want to pick up anyone. Those are the guys we signed. We have no offers out right now, but we could change that. So I'm going to see how many people we have on our active roster right now. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So 20, including the starting pitcher. So 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. So the max that we can have on our team is 26. So we're either going to be sending one of these guys down. So Jace Peterson definitely will not be in the major leagues to start the season. So I'm going to send him down eventually, but I'm going to keep him up for spring training. Now I'm going to see if we want to sign one more person, because I'm not just going to be signing one person because we have space. I'm going to be signing a person because we need that, like, backup wise. Jason Castro, Yadier Molina. I'll try to sign him to a 1-year deal for just some mentorship for our younger guys. He's going to get down in attributes as the year goes on because he's 38. Another example of that's not so good for the I guess you're tired already. I thought Albert Pujols was still in the game. Guess not. Alright, so this is the last that we can offer arbitration, but we already did that to Keon Broxton, and then we did not want to sign any of those other guys. Yadier Molina has not signed yet. Alright, let's see if he signed. He did, it looks like. Yep. So, looks like we have a full roster. For some reason, Royce Lewis is starting instead of Arcia. Don't know why, but I'm going to put Arcia in there for now. Except for when it's Brock Holt. Brock Holt's getting a little older, so I want to give the young guys some playing time when they're young, because otherwise it's a waste. Let's see, who did we trade Luis Urias to? I believe, I don't remember. I will look though to see. It might have been, no, it wasn't them. Don't remember, but I know we got someone good for them. That's why I'm looking. So we traded him to the for Royce Lewis. So he's still an A potential, but it's still going down. So I don't know how that's happening. We just got that one arbitration. Yuli Gurriel, he has power, but not much of it. None of these guys really impressed me to go out and sign them. Maybe Yoenis Cespedes, Chris Archer. Jackie Bradley Jr. would be a good arm, but we already have enough outfielders as it is, so I don't think we need to sign any more of those because we have plenty in the minor leagues too. Ryan Braun is digressing. He's already 37, so this is one of his last years. Let's send him to the Rule 5 draft. Yoshitomo Tsugo, he's 29, 87. He got traded for Tyler O'Neill, who I think is a or B potential, and Alex Fagalde, who's probably an A potential. But that is not good for us because we're obviously division rivals, the Cardinals. So if they keep improving, that's not better. That's not good for us. My goal in this is to get Bryson Stott, because in real life he's a top prospect for the Phillies. So now that they're letting him go in the Rule 5 draft, so the Rule 5 draft is we have to keep him on the team the whole year. Even the playoffs, we can't send him down unless we release him. So, but you get him for free pretty much. So that's the only pick I think I'm going to make. And we don't have any roster spaces left, so those are our guys that's our guy that's going to be our Rule 5 draft pick. I'm happy about him though, so I'm going to look and see what's his potential. So he's in the MLB, obviously. I'm not going to actually edit him. I'm just going to see what his potential is. It's a 90, so wasn't a great pick, obviously, because it's a borderline A potential. But hopefully we can trade him for getting something from him, because as long as we can make use of him, like getting other prospects, like pitching prospects, it's just a win, because it didn't cost us anything to trade for him. We just had to draft him and use a roster spot. Sim the rest of this offseason. Keon Broxton sided with the Brewers, and he will get a $3 million contract for this year. Alright, so spring training, I am not going to play it. Tyler Glasnow got called up. Let's see scouts. Okay, so it doesn't look like anyone retired except for Correa. So let's just look at the team that they have here for spring training. Regular starting lineup, except for at catcher, now we have Jacob Nottingham, because Omar Narvaez should be there, so I'm gonna be taking him out and putting Narvaez in, because he had a great year last year. And Narvaez up to an 84 now. Yep, last year 27 home runs. That's insane for a catcher. His average took a little bit of a hit, but that's not to worry. Yadier Molina, we have him on the team now. Hopefully he can just not be a liability, because he's 38, so don't know what to expect. We would give him number 4, but it's already retired. Let's do this contract extension, see if what Yates wants. So we'll try to give him a 1-year deal for $8 million. He won't accept. How about $9 million? Wants a longer contract. Will he accept less money? Hopefully. I'm gonna try to drop this down to 15. What if I give him $10 million? No. So it looks like at this moment he's a 92. But at this moment, we're not able to sign him. Let's see what Avisail Garcia wants. This is last year, so I'm going to try to sign him for 1 more year and give him $12 million. And he accepted it. Omar Narvaez, obviously trying to keep him locked down, give him a $10 million or $8 million deal just to make him happy. Brock Holt, not going to bring him back. Keon Broxton, 1-year deal, worth $3.5 million. Edwin, not going to sign you back yet unless you do good. Same with Yadier Molina and Justin Smoke. Brian Braun, he digressed a lot. He was a 77, now he's a 69. I'll give him a 1-year deal until he just isn't able to play anymore. $700,000. Not going to sign these guys, so these guys at the moment are not willing to accept, or I'm not going to sign them back yet. Next year's free agents, it's Chris Bryant, Freddie Freeman, Clayton Kershaw, Javier Baez, and Trevor Story. We don't know yet if I don't know yet if I'm going to try to sign these guys yet. I'm trying to build this mostly through the draft, not just sign the best free agents every year, because I know it'd be no fun, and there's no way the Brewers would go out there and sign Chris Bryant, Freddie Freeman in real life. So I'm trying to keep it at least a little realistic. Last year, let's look at the rankings. We were the 20th team ranked overall in the MLB. Now we are the 15th, so making improvements is our main goal. We made the playoffs, lost the wild card game, but this year we're looking to lead the division, hopefully. So I'm gonna sim spring training and try to look at the stats, see how everyone did, see who's gonna be worthy of a call up. or stay in the major leagues for opening day. Spring training has come to an end. Let's look at the stats. So Lorenzo Cain, he dropped down to an 84. Didn't play great, didn't hit any home runs, and had a bad average. Same with Brock Holt, had only 1 home run, and that was his only RBI, and he had a 231 average. Christian Yelich played amazing during spring training. 301 average with 8 home runs and 15 RBIs, amazing. Keston Hiura hit 6 home runs, so he did good. Omar Narvaez hit good. Avisail Garcia did okay. David Bodie did good. Justin Smoke struggled a lot, but he's getting older, so we can't really expect him to play like an all-star every year. Orlando Arcia, he just can't hit. Edwin did amazing. That's like insanely good for someone who's 38. He had 4 home runs, 14 RBIs, and 338 average. That's insanely a good amount. Ryan Braun didn't do good. Jacob Nottingham hit for average. Tyrone Taylor did not do good. Royce Lewis had a good average, only 1 home run though, but in 22 bats, that is pretty good. Bryson Stott had good average, only hit 1 home run, but he's our Rule 5 draft pick, so I'm fine with that. Yadier Molina played really good, so these 38-year-olds are doing really good all of a sudden. Mark Mathias, I don't know why you're here, didn't do anything. Abraham Toro, looks like he got hurt, finger contusion. Looks like he did pretty good though. Ben Gamble did good. Ryan Healy did really good. Kian Broxton did not. Corey Ray did good. Lucas Erceg only had 4 at-bats, but he had a home run and had a 7.50 average, so I think he's going to stay up at the start of the year. Bobby Bradley, he had good average, hopefully for a little bit more home runs, but given he only had 15 at-bats, I am fine with taking the 1. But I feel like we're going to keep up all these 9 guys because they're starters. So we have 9 there. Edwin, Ryan Braun. I don't know yet. I think we'll let the CPU do it, and if we don't like them, we'll just change it ourselves. Christian Yelich was 3rd place, or tied for 2nd place actually, with most home runs in spring training. So we'll advance day, and it is now the regular season. Or not. Advanced regular season. Alright, so our first game is going to be against the New York Yankees at New York. So I think I'll play that game. We have the 8th best power, as you can see on this screen right here. 6th best contact, 16th best pitching, 2nd to worst speed, and 27th worst defense in the league. Let's see who the CPU kept up. Bryson Stott, obviously. They put in Edwin Encarnacion instead of Justin Smoke. So we have 9 here, 5 on the bench, so 14 guys there. At starting pitcher, we have Woodruff, who is an 89, and he's happy. Freddie Peralta, who's an 85, Adrian Hauser, 81, 79, Eric Lauer, and a 68, Corbin Burns, and he's a reliever. Don't really like that. I'm going to, so get 14 there, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So what I'm going to do is send down Ryan Hendricks, and I'm going to send down Ryan Hendricks and bring up a starting pitcher to replace Corbin Burns. So I'm going to send him out to AAA and call up Zach Brown to be in the rotation. He's 25 years old, out of Indiana, has not played in the MLB yet. He will be the 5th guy in our rotation, and he will be out of the 40-man. Okay, we have full 40-man, So we'll just release Eric Yardley straight out there. And Zach Brown will be out of the 40-man and called up to the MLB, and he will make his MLB debut in the 5th game of the season. Look at these other guys. So we have Broderick Prince, Ethan Small, Phil Bickford, Antoine Kelly, who I'm a fan of. He's keeping on going up in the ratings. So Zach Brown in there. He's already 73, so he's happy with his role right now. I think I'm also going to send down Corbin Burns because he has not been producing in the major league level. As we can see with his stats, had an 8.82 ERA and a 2.61 2018. Did not play in the MLB last year, but I'm going to send him down to AAA. So I'm going to call up and replace him on the bench. I'm going to call up either Lucas Erceg, Ryan Healy, or let's look at who else we have. I could call up Bobby Bradley or Jake Gatewood. I'm not going to do that though. Recall Jacob Nottingham. But what I think I'm going to do is call up Corey Ray because he had an amazing spring training, and in real life I think he would be on the roster. Alright. Opening day, we will play this. I know we didn't play it last year. We didn't play any games last year. But I'll actually do a manage so it doesn't take too long to play the game. Quick manage. We're playing against the Yankees in Yankee Stadium. And we're going to have Brandon Woodruff on the mound to start the day. This is starting lineup. Obviously, I already went over it. So let's just start the game. I'll simulate the first half inning. We only got a single. Now Brandon Woodruff is on the mound for us. He gets a fly out from DJ LeMahieu. Gives up a double to Andujar. Gives up another double to Torres, and the Yankees are on the board. Gets Stanton to fly out and walks Judge, so runners on first and second now with 2 outs as he strikes out Jesse Winker. Omar Narvaez up to bat against Garrett Cole. He reaches on an air. Garcia up to bat. He walks. So 2 runners on, no outs for Edwin Encarnacion, who also walks. So bases loaded. No outs for David Bodie. He strikes out Arcia, sac fly, so brings in a run, tie ball game. And Lorenzo Cain scores 2, and the Brewers take the lead 3-1. Brock Holt singles, scores another run for an inning as Christian Yelich grounds out. Luke Voigt hits a single. Hicks strikes out. And a stolen base for Voigt as McCann pops up and LeMahieu gets out. Keston here up to bat, he singles. Omar Narvaez ground into a double play, and Garcia gets out. So I'm going to simulate these half innings, make the game go by a little quicker. I'll be pulling Brandon Woodruff out of the game when I feel is a good time. He gave up a home run that inning. Woodruff's getting a little tired. I think I'll make him play through the 5th and then evaluate how he's doing through the 6th inning. I'm going to pull him as he gave up 4 runs that last inning. It's 4-6 now. I'm going to pull him for Brent Suter. He gets a side out. Andrew Miller on the mound. We're not able to score. Going to bring in Josh Hader. Gives up a run. And we lose opening day to the New York Yankees. 0-1 on the year. And guess what time it is? It is time for scouting. Favorite part of the year for me because these are where our future comes into our organization. So this guy's a pitcher, command from the West. This guy is a position player, outfield with fielding ability. Pedroza is a position player as well. We'll do infield on him. And Koenig is a pitcher. We'll do left and clutch. So some of the first 2 weeks. And that is what we have done. So first 2 weeks in the book, we're 8-5. 1.5 game is back in the division. Bubba Derby has been called up to Double-A. Don't really care about that. Training wise, don't really care about that. Scouting is done. So we have 3 guys done, except for Napoleon on the top. So I will end this video here. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for episode 6, where we do more scouting and possibly the draft for 2021.